Here's a Philco T905-124. If the set looks like it was made in Europe, that's because it is. It was made by Nordmende for Philco. It's not exactly like any model that Nordmende sold under their own name. The trim, at the very least, was custom designed for Philco. Although this example is not in the greatest cosmetic condition, it now works quite well. It was essentially dead when I got it. Volume control's on the side here. Here's the antenna. Still has the original tip.
We have certain responsibilities, but we're not sure what it looks like. And so here in the back of the book are just some markers, some ways. See how it wears.
Savings at Serafini Nissan. We buy that heap and into a versatile economic new Sentra for just $15,995, or leap into a new Rogue all-wheel drive for just...
Starts tomorrow, goes all day through Sunday, and it's our classic rock block.
We have faces made for radio, but we're on video anyway. Check us out on...
Tell me that I changed because it's not true. Now I'm losing you. Long days ago, I'm a going home. My baby just don't put me in I've gone this far, and it's more than I hoped for. Who knows how much am you now that I need you? Want to hurt me? Do you really want me?
106.7.
Where was Donald trying to stop it? I didn't see Donald.
As far as Nordmende radios go, this one also has very few controls. Just the tuning, band switch, and volume. No tone control. Although the the tone is pretty good in my opinion.
1-800-981-240.
O'Reilly. Save on your next oil change when you purchase 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional motor oil and a MicroGuard filter for $22.99, or for higher.
The AM performance on this thing is great at night. During the daytime there's obviously less to receive.
In terms of expressing incredulity that you can't look at Israel and Palestine.
Here we go. Call Santa today at 687-85.
Cholesterol check. And Josh Norman were getting into it. But that's real.
Pretty much all the stations around here are clustered into the
best player down.
very top part of the dial. This radio was pretty filthy when I got it, and it's still kind of gross. Looking at this, you might think that the back cover is dirtier than the front, but it's actually the other way around. This was owned by a heavy smoker, and I tried cleaning the back. I spent, I don't know, probably close to 30 minutes scrubbing it with soap and water and then rubbing alcohol. And unfortunately, I could not get out this crud in between the grain of the simulated leather. The grain is actually almost totally filled with like tar on the front half of the radio. You see the difference in the pattern between the front and the back. Gotta wonder what that person's lungs looked like. I scrubbed the volume control when I had the chassis out. And I also cleaned the dial glass here with rubbing alcohol. There's a few spots I need to touch up on the grill, but I did clean that up for the most part as well. There's a little tag on the back that says made in Western Germany. And like most Nordmende radios, it's got nice little feet on the bottom. You can see what color the trim was approximately like originally and what it's like on the top now. Now, as I had mentioned, this radio was dead when I got it. It sounded like it just had the usual bad caps, but unfortunately this problem was much more annoying to fix than that. It had a bad audio input transformer. The primary winding was open. Now I went through like a ton of different, part sets, pulling the transformers and trying to find something with approximately the right resistance. I was just about ready to give up, and then I saw like a real junky RCA coat pocket set. Pulled the transformer out of that, and it actually was a very close match. Trying to remember off the top of my head, but I think the original transformer had a primary of 150 ohms, and then 100 ohm center tapped secondary, something like that. This one's like 180 ohm primary, and then 270 ohm windings for the secondary. I had to mount it upside down in there. It's really wedged in there. Just barely clears the IF can above it. I had replaced all the capacitors on the audio board, trying to resolve the issue with the set before I decided to start doing resistance measurements. Open transformers are just not a common problem. There's still some original caps left on the RF section board here. Looks like one big one and two smaller value ones, probably like 10 microfarads. I should probably replace those eventually. It does play okay as is. And actually only one or two of the ones down here were substantially out of value. The capacitors used in German radios are much higher quality ones than the ones found in American or Japanese radios. Often if a set is dead, there's only one or two bad caps as opposed to all of them being bad, which is common in early American radios. These antennas are very often broken, so thankfully this one's good. Other than getting tar all over it, the previous owner took decent care of it. There's the label. I'm not sure that too many of these were made. It's only serial number 4748. And you can see they used it for a fairly long time. I assume these are the dates when batteries were replaced. You see 66, 68, 74, and 80. After I got the transformer issue all sorted out, I realized that the battery compartment was trashed. So I ended up replacing it with a 6 AA cell holder. Would originally use 6 C cells, but I didn't have one of those, and this is totally fine for this radio. Alkalines have a lot more capacity than the early carbon zinc batteries did. The FM front end is in this nice little metal box here. I haven't even opened it. No problems there. Well, thanks for watching.